We had awesome news yesterday for the market, and right now it seems that we are consolidating before the next move. So today I'm going to show you my levels for the weekend. I know we should not trade it on weekends, but I like to do it when we have volume. So that's what I'm going to share today. Bitcoin, altcoins, TradeFi, a lot of charts here that I want to share with you, in my opinion, of course, not financial advice. And if you want me to chart a coin, a stock, whatever, just drop it on the chat. I'll be taking notes, and when I finish the charts that I've ready for everyone, if I have time, of course, I will check your chart. Another thing, if we have time and if we have volume, I would like to do some live trading and some scalps. So let me know in the chat also if you want that. If you do, just said live trading or write scalp, and we'll do it if the market allows it. We need some volume. There's no volume this weekend. Since yesterday, after the close, the volume dropped big time. Now, when I was saying that we had big news, we really had big news. And just going straight to that before going to the charts, I want to share this with you. If you follow me on X, on my channel, 𝗕𝗘𝗔𝗘𝗗 by Pedro Silva, I never believed in a rate hike since, I would say, since the last FOMC, I never believed that. I never believed there would be a rate hike on September. And I've been saying about the data, and the data is the most important part for the rate hike. Not what the chairmen of the Fed are saying, it's the data. And the data doesn't support a rate hike for a long time. It's not just from now. Yesterday we had the job numbers, and look at this. September is now going for a rate hike. And I'm going to tell you again, I don't think we'll even get a rate hike this year if, and this is a big if the conflict with Iran doesn't escalate. If it doesn't escalate, we get a deal, memorandum of understanding, something that keep the oil price stable, I do not believe there will be a rate hike. Just my opinion, okay? And so just let you know, this was good news for the market. We are going to have data, and the next data will confirm or that I'm right or tell me that I'm wrong. But just for you to understand that this happened yesterday. Now straight to the charts, because I know everyone wants to go to the charts. Let me see. I'll be taking notes of the charts. So I have ADA. We start with ADA. Okay? Let's start with ADA. Awesome. So we have ADA, and then we are going to have world. Okay, so now for Bitcoin. Like I said, there's not much happening since the close. We had this scalp yesterday on my show on 𝗕𝗘𝗔𝗘𝗗𝗏. I tried to short Bitcoin yesterday night, but it just didn't move. It's not moving. So I do think that we are going lower, but nothing crazy. Okay, just good lower. The lower that will give us an entry so that we can long it. And I'm saying this weekend, okay? Just for you to understand, I'm talking about daily chart, looking for an entry on the 4-hour chart. Okay, that's how I do my daily analysis. I go to the daily chart and I go for an entry on the 4-hour chart. So this was a scalp that we did yesterday. I can remove this from here. And we've been ranging since, like I said, since the close. And I do think we are going to pull back. I do think Bitcoin is going to drop to 64,300, 64, more or less. This is what I believe. This is what I believe is going to happen. So I do think this is going to be the case, but I want to share with you my big plan, okay? So if you follow me, you know that I'm on this short here. Bitcoin reached our short area. And right now I'm short on Bitcoin also. Okay, I haven't closed this. I still think we are going lower. I'm also long from lower, way lower. So this is more like an edge. But from the analysis I did last week, I still think that we might see a drop. But I have to tell you, if we don't drop in the next week or so, I think the 58 we might get a trip to 58 might get delayed. Let's say like this. So, but this is why I'm live every day and I do my analysis daily, so I don't get caught off guard on this. But just for you to understand, I'm short on Bitcoin on a higher time frame. I do think this is going to be that we are going to drop, and my invalidation is a 4-hour close above 67, let's say round numbers. But for this weekend, that's not what I'm talking about. But I wanted to share this analysis with you. And let me just take this. No, like I was saying, for Bitcoin, I'm waiting for a drop till 64,300, 64. This is more or less where I see Bitcoin might drop. And if I want to long, because I want to long Bitcoin, and I will look for something like this. Okay, I'm going to lay out my plan. Again, this is not the entry. The green box is the entry. Okay, in case you don't know me, we set limit orders between our green box, and then this is just the trade plan. So, like I said, this is the trade plan, and our invalidation for this one, it will be a 4-hour close. 4-hour close below 63,600. Why? Because I'm waiting for Bitcoin to drop, sweep this liquidity here, this cluster, all these longs that are juicy here, looking for a stop, and then a move higher. So I'll do it here, 4-hour close below 63,600, and our TP, it's the same that I have on the other long that I'm in. It will be around 66,900, more or less. Okay, this is the trade that I'm looking for. It's almost a 5 risk reward, but this is the move that I'm counting on Bitcoin. Okay, now I don't trade without a stop loss. Just to be clear, because someone asked the other day, what I do is that I set a stop loss that I know it will not be hit here, but it will not liquidate my futures account. So the goal here is that if we have a 4-hour close below this, then we close the trade manually. But this doesn't mean that I don't have a stop loss. Okay, it depends on your futures account, of course, but you can set a stop loss, I don't know, at 63 if you are worried that it might drop that low, or another one that you are comfortable with. Okay, the only thing they are not going to set a stop loss is at this level, because we might have a 4-hour candle going below the level and then closing above. We already had several examples of this. I think I already showed you here. So this is why I'm keeping 4-hour close here, but trade with a stop loss. Okay, trade with a stop loss. Do not trade without a stop loss. That's not the goal here. But this is what I'm looking for Bitcoin. Just a quick recap. Drop 63,400, 63,300, sorry, 63,300, 64,300, and then 64. 4-hour close below 63,600 invalidates the long, and the full TP will be around 66,800. Okay, let me know if everything is clear. If not, write on the chat and I'll try to be more clear about this. Now let's look at Ethereum. I'm not short in Ethereum yet, okay? But if you follow me, I think I did this last week here. We had this plan for Ethereum, okay? This will be our short area around 1,920, 1,960, and this will, I even said, look, we might go to 1,500. But I'm still monitoring this, but just for you to understand that it went there, it rejected, but I don't think it will go lower immediately. Okay, that's why I'm still not short like I'm on Bitcoin. Ethereum has been showing a lot of strength that Bitcoin hasn't. So this is the reason why I'm still not short on Ethereum. And this trade was from last week also. Okay, this was a trade from last week. And yeah, we've been surfing Ethereum. We've been very lucky with Ethereum lately. So there you go. Now, what I'm looking now for Ethereum, without more delays, what I'm looking now for Ethereum is, it's a drop to this exact area where we longed last weekend. Okay, so we can say that Ethereum is on a range if you want to, or forming a range, but I think it's ranging, and between 1,960 and 1,820 round numbers. So I'm waiting for Ethereum to drop again to 1,855 and 1,826.27. Okay, this is what I'm looking for Ethereum, a drop here, a rejection here. Again, I'm not short on Ethereum. Okay, I'm not, just because I think it's going to drop doesn't mean I need to open, I need to position myself on a short. Okay, that's two different things. Just because I do believe it might drop, I'm not confident enough to open a short. Okay, and because also it started to seem like a very liquid weekend, and that might not be a good thing. We might see some crazy moves. So if you want to long Ethereum, just to be fair with you, I'm not going to long Ethereum because it's the exact entry of last week and I'm still long. Okay, like I'm still long here. And if you want to long Ethereum, this is what I will do. Semi-invalidation, 4-hour close. 4-hour close below 1,814, 15, round numbers of course. And the target will be this resistance here. Okay, this resistance here. 1,922, more or less. Okay, just a recap, a drop to 1,855, I'm running the numbers, 1,826, and then going up. At least this is what I'm expecting to happen this week. And again, like I said, we are seeing it's been a illiquid weekend so far. There's no volume, there's no liquidity, so we might see some sharp moves here. Okay, so this is Ethereum. Now let's look at Sol. And Sol, this was again, this I know it was from last week. This one I think it was from my show on 𝗕𝗘𝗔𝗧𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗏. I'm not sure, to be honest, but this is my plan for Sol. I longed Sol here. I'm still long on Sol. But I'm shorting Sol right now. Okay, I had this planned already for a few days. So let me just show you so you can see it better here. This was an area that I was looking to enter a short on Solana, and since I'm long from below, I'm short here on Sol. I'm still expecting a drop on Sol. Again, nothing major, nothing scary, but a drop. Okay, but this one I'm short because it was part of the plan on a higher time frame. I had already did this analysis, and I'm seeing some weakness on Sol. Okay, I have nothing against Sol, not trashing Sol or whatever. I'm just saying I'm seeing a little bit of weakness on Sol lately, like I'm seeing on XRP, and I'm a big XRP guy. But this is why I'm short on Sol, and I'm waiting for a drop to these levels again, 72.90 and 72.99 more or less. 71.99, sorry. This is the drop I'm waiting for Sol. Okay, and I think this will be another long opportunity. And if you want to, I would say that this is the trade again. An invalidation below 71.55, a 4-hour close, invalidate this trade, and your full TP, it will be just the entry of the short. Okay, but I'm short on Sol. I'm long on Sol, but I'm also short on Sol. So just for you to be aware that we might see a drop. And if this level doesn't hold, then we might go lower. Okay, this is the plan, $67 Sol. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the market. And we need to see what the data next week, but this is what I'm counting on, okay? Guys, how many likes do I have? How can I see the likes here? Do I have likes here? You should subscribe to the channel and leave a like. You should do that. I'm telling you. So, you never heard of the ghost of the past trades? She's going to hunt you if you don't like and subscribe. You know, you've never been hunted by your past trades. There's a ghost of the past trades. And she's going to hunt you if you don't subscribe to the channel. I might call her if I don't have enough likes. So, let's go to the next one, XRP. And again, the same way I said I'm short on Sol, and I'm not a Sol guy, and I'm not trashing Sol, whatever. I'm a big XRP guy, but I'm telling you, probably I'm going to short XRP. I'm going to short XRP. Why? Because XRP had a major expectation with the Clarity Act that was delayed. And since, I would even say this, XRP told us there was a delay on the Clarity Act before the official announcement. It was so weak, the chart was so bad that I even said this on a live stream. The Clarity Act is, I think the Clarity Act is delayed. It was one of those coins that dropped a lot. It was XRP, it was HBAR. They were expecting the Clarity Act, but it dropped hard. So it's what it is. Now, what I'm looking for XRP, it's a move up. It's a move up to 1,000. Yeah, that would be cool. $1.04 and $1.55. Round numbers. I'm rounding the numbers. This red rectangle we are seeing here, and then I'm looking for a short. Okay, then I'm going to look for short XRP, and that's what I'm expecting. I'm not seeing any strength on XRP right now, but I have to tell you also it's not a crazy short. It's like go here to our entry. Our invalidation will be a 4-hour close above 106.4. We need to go high here, because if we start to touch here or reverse, then we have a market structure shift, and this short is ruined. And this will be my target. I do think $1 is going to hold, just to be clear. I do believe $1 is going to hold, but we might see a week below $1 just to flush some longs, and that's it. And this was the plan from last week, and it didn't get there. I was already planning to short XRP. Unfortunately, it didn't got there. So we can take this out, and tomorrow I'll do another analysis on my channel on 𝗕𝗘𝗘𝗘 for the week. But this is what I'm expecting this week. A move higher for XRP, and then we will have a drop. This is what I'm seeing. So that's exactly my plan here. Now I want to talk about lighter. Why? Because we've been surfing lighter, I would say, since forever. And if you follow me, you know how long we waited for this. We waited for this trade, I would say 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So I always like to leave an update on lighter because I know some of you followed. Lighter has a massive kappa handle, right? If you like coffee like me, and if you're a coffee guy like me, you always love a kappa handle on a chart. And I remember when we were here, there was a lot of FUD about lighter, and I said, look guys, I'm loading lighter here, and this is forming a round bottom. Of course, it was not the first one. Of course, I didn't nail the exact bottom. I have my strategy, and I think this is going to explode, and those who follow me know that. So I did this, and now it went from 90 cents or something to $2.75. And now I think it's going to go higher, okay? That doesn't mean we cannot scalp a little bit and short the intraday move, right? That doesn't mean that. So, but just for you to understand, we've been surfing lighter for a long time. And now I think we might have a chance to short lighter. Again, this doesn't invalidate the move. These are daily moves, daily charts. But I think we might have the chance to take a short on lighter. And let's see. This is a risky one, of course. All trades are risky, not financial advice. You know how things are. But you see it rejected once, twice, and 3 times around this level. So I'm going to plan for a short here, but be aware, I'm long on lighter. I'm long on lighter, okay? So I'm going here, and this would be my entry area. Okay, the exact area where it's been rejecting, that's when I will look for a short. And again, this is just the intraday move. It doesn't mean I'm bearish on lighter, because I'm not bearish on lighter, believe me. I'm very bullish on lighter. And in case you don't know, 𝗕𝗓𝗏, the Fed chairman, is invested on lighter. He's one of the early investors on lighter. He's one of the early investors on lighter, so. And this would be my plan. Let me see where. Yeah, this will be the plan. So the short will be here. Invalidation above 254.5, more or less. Let me just try to go here. Yeah, you understand. And 4-hour close invalidation. Why 4-hour close? Because the chart I'm charting on a daily, looking for an entry on the 4 hour. So my invalidation needs to be the close of the candle where I'm charting, where I'm looking for an entry. So this is a 4-hour close, and we are looking for tagging this support at $2.12. This is what I'm looking for later, okay? And just a recap, between 244 and 248, that's our entry. This is not our entry if you're joining us now. This is not our entry, okay? This is not our, this is just the plan for the trade. And this is 244.5 to 37.92, and this is the 4-hour close that will invalidate our short above 254, 255. Understand one thing, I'm already long, okay? So there's minimal risk taking this this short for me. I might be wrong. I'm wrong a lot of times. So, but this is what I do if I had lighter, okay? I will go to your coins in a moment. Just want to do a small recap on XLM that we charted here last week. I'm also short on XLM. Last week, this was on Thursday, sorry, on my show here. And the short is active right now. I'm short on XLM. And let's see if it goes to full TP. But right now, I'm short on XLM, okay? It's short on XLM. And that's it. Now, I want to show you something because I know I talked about this one here last weekend. This was MicroStrategy last weekend. And this was the entry for MicroStrategy last weekend. We went to full TP, okay? So I'm not going to do a lot of trade fight today. I will do it tomorrow on my channel. If you want to follow, go to Crypto Decoded by Pedro Silva. But this was MicroStrategy last week. It was a full TP. And this was SPCX. And I want you to show you SPCX. Let me go here. It's not this SPCX. It's the other SPCX. Need to go. There she is. Where is SPCX? If you follow me, look how we served SPCX. Look how we served SPCX. This was here. I know this was here. This was I said this is going to go lower. Then I said this week there will be a generational long on SPCX, and right now, that's it. And tomorrow I'll do more TradeFi. But SPCX, I think SPCX, I can give you my opinion today. You deserve that because you are awesome. So I think SPCX will give us a short opportunity. Okay, it makes sense that it gives us a short opportunity, but you need to realize that we don't have a lot of history on this chart. So right now, and it's not moving, as you can see, because the market is closed. But I think I want to do it more calmly tomorrow, but I do believe that SPCX might go lower to 127 and 118. Basically, what I'm trying to tell is that it's going to test the previous resistance as support and then continue higher, okay? But this is a short opportunity, sorry, a long opportunity, because it makes sense that it comes all the way here from where it is right now. Between 127, it's where the major support starts, as you can see here, more or less 127, and 119, not below 119, it's the previous resistance acting as support, okay? So if we do this, then it will be another major opportunity to go long on SPCX, but I'll go more deep on this tomorrow, okay? Not now, sorry, because I still want to go to oil, so I'm not going now to check that. Let me just take notes of what you want me to check. And let's see. ADA, that's all we did. Uni, HYPE. Okay, we can check HYPE. Uni, just take my notes. And you want HYPE? Let me know more, guys, so I don't forget. Let me know more. So we did it. And AKT, that's Akash, right? Akash, I think so. Okay, we'll see. We'll go there. Let me just check oil because I did a position on oil here last week, and it's not that bad, but it's not looking good. It's like this. So last week I told you I will be setting a monitor area to long oil here, just for you to understand. When it's yellow, you are monitoring. When it's red, I'm taking a short, or it's green, it's a long. But I did long oil here. Okay, I'm at break even right now. But if how can I say this? If the deal is real this time, I think I'm going to get stopped. I don't care being stopped if we get a true deal, because the economy will like it. But so far, this is our position from last week. This is our position from last week, okay? And honestly, I think we might go a bit higher, the top of my entry area, and then we are going to drop, okay, to 74. So this is, I'm not going to take this trade because I'm already long. And once I can exit, I'm barely at break even. But I want to test my theory because the charts usually tell us the news before. But what I'm thinking that oil might do, go here around 79, 78, rejects, and you can understand why. This is a big resistance here. And then we might drop lower to 74, okay? So just to be 100% transparent with you, if we get here, I'm closing my long on oil, and then I'll reassess, because right now, trading oil is like trading a meme coin, right? In the past, someone tweeted and we got wrecked if we were on the wrong position. Now Trump tweets something and we get wrecked because we are on the wrong position, okay? So just for you to understand this, that's at least that's what I'm seeing. And I'll go to your charts in a moment. I just want to talk about one here that I love to scalp and I love to trade because there's a lot of volatility. Let me find it here. Should be here. There we go. Convex. Okay, I love Convex. For trading, for me, it's one of the best. Okay, it's one of the best. It has an awesome volatility, and I really like Convex. Now, I think Convex is going to give us a shot on entry, and I think Convex is looking bullish. Really, really, really bullish, okay? So, I think if you want to, not financial advice, everything that you already know the drill, I think you are going to see a test on this support here, and you can see why. This is a major support, 143.6. So I think Convex is going to come lower. I'll change this to long in a minute. And it's going to test this support here. Sorry guys, let me just make this. Yeah. 149. Yeah, I think it's going to test this support here. It's going to test this. And let me just change this to green because this is a long entry. And my trade here would be this. I would wait for a drop. My invalidation, this is an easy one. You can see where our invalidation is going to be. So we give it room to wiggle a bit in case it comes lower. 4-hour close below 146. I need to check the likes before I go to your charts. I need to make sure that we have enough likes. And then I know this is a big trade and this is the full TP. Don't get too excited and take profits, or you'll be hunted by the ghost of past trades. But to be around here. This is the final TP. That's why I said I want to share this to you, because this is an awesome trade. This is an awesome trade. Sorry, guys. Someone is saying clarity gone. Guys, I'm going to drop a video today on my channel, 𝗙𝗘𝗘𝗃, about clarity, but nothing will dump because of clarity not being approved. Let's say this. Nothing will dump because of that. It's not going to happen. If you watch my video, if you follow me, you will understand why. Not going to happen. Do not worry about that. Okay. Now let's check ADA. I want to see the likes. I need to see the likes on this. Give me just a second. I want to see how many people have watching. I want to see how many likes we have. If not, I'm going to pull the ghost of past trades. I'm telling you, I might do it. Let me see. No. How many likes do we have here? We have 119 people watching. And guys, we need more likes on that. I'm going to do it. I said I'm going to call her. So
I'm the ghost of past trades. Like and subscribe, or I'll haunt you.
I'm telling you, you're the ones that are haunting you. That trade you did without the stop loss. She's going to remember you during the night. She's going to visit you. Now let's look at ADA. What did it ask for ADA? Let me see. 𝗙𝗲𝗲𝗪𝗏. ADA. We are going to look for ADA. Okay. Do not tell anyone I'm charting ADA. Okay? Just between us. Just between us. Do not tell anyone that I'm charting ADA. Now, let me remove this. Let's go to the daily chart to see how it goes. I'm surprised that ADA is pumping. Okay? I'm surprised that ADA is pumping. I don't know why it's pumping. I have ADA, and I'm still waiting to see how it plays out. I hold some ADA because at a certain point I believe Charles was doing the right thing, but right now, let's see. Okay, so I'm with you. I'm also an ADA holder, and let me see what should we do here. It's crazy. Oh. It's not that bearish. I don't think it's bearish. It's clearly on an uptrend. It's clear that it's on an uptrend. And yeah, it's not like taking a small break after this move. You can see here, it's the same. Had a massive move, and it's taking a small break. So this is a hard one here, because I would not long ADA here. I can give you a plan if you want to, where I would long it and what I would do. But I have to be honest with you. I will not take this trade. I'm going to chart it as if I was to, but I'm not going to take this. I will 100% sure, for you to be sure. I'm going to give you my analysis, but I'm not going to take this trade. Okay? I'm not going to take it. So let me see. I think AD is going to test this support. Okay, again, it's been holding up pretty well. So just wait for another retest of the support between 19.95 and 19.63, more or less. I hope the person is still there. And if you want to long it here, your invalidation needs to be way below here because you had this massive move. So yeah, 4-hour close below 1944, and the TP will be maybe this high, although I think it's going to stay somewhere here. Yeah, it's going to stay somewhere here, 27, something like that. It's barely a 2 risk reward, but if you want to try this, so I'm telling you, I charged it because I told you I was going to, but I'm not taking this trade. Okay, I'm not taking this trade, just for you to know that I'm not taking it. Okay, so but if you want to, that's up to you. Not my thing. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because I don't know what's going on with ADA, and usually when they pump of nowhere, when they have nothing there, that has a name with 2 words. It's called exit pump. So let's see. But this is what I will do. Next one will be IPE, if I'm not mistaken. Still have time. So again, if you've been following me, we planned this for a long time. I think this one was on Sunday because I do live streams on my channel on Sundays to prepare for the week. We check a lot of charts. And I said, look, I'm going to short HYPE at this level. I'm short on HYPE right now. And I think, again, HYPE holder here, okay? Not trashing HYPE, but I do think it's going to come lower, okay? I do think it's going to come lower. And we might see a move to, again, 55, 54, something, almost where it is right now. I would say might test this resistance here, 54.6, and then drop again. It's kind of bear flaggy here, and I think it's going to drop. So I'm not going to do another chart analysis because it's here. It has been here. It has been done here last week, and I do think we are coming lower, and at least we are going to touch the bottom of the range, 51. Then after that, we will evaluate. Okay, we will evaluate that. And which was the other one? Uni. Someone was asking for Uni, right? So let's check Uni. I think I did something on Uni this week. Let's check Uni. Yeah, we did. I knew it. We did a scalp here. So no, I didn't do a scalp. This was an analysis here. This was last week. I gave you this analysis last week. Okay, I did this analysis last week here. It was on Saturday. I always know because it's when I did this here. So I would say it's still valid. We might see a drop again below 395, something like that. But yeah, I'm going to stick to this plan. I'm going to stick to this plan. It might go higher, test this resistance in between 406 and 415 maybe here, and then drop again. But I know I charted this. But this analysis is still valid. We never had our invalidation. We had a first touch and it went higher, then come lower, no invalidation, and then it went again higher, and it's still here. So there's no need to be checking again. So that's just my opinion. More. What do I have more? Now I need to check. Let me see. Let me see what we have here. We have more. I need to take more. We just take here. So we have DOGE. People are asking. And I'm not going to chart Akash. Sorry. Okay. FET and ICP. And it's ICP also, right? I can try to chart Akash, but I do not trade. Let me see. I don't trade Akash, so. We go to another chart on Binance. What happened here? When was this launch? This was launched on this, like, on the election month, right? This was launched on the election month. I don't know what to tell you here, honestly. Does this have some sort of utility? I don't see nothing here for you to trade. If you're asking me where it will go, I would say it's facing a massive resistance now. And you want this to be cleared here. Or we do like this to be easier. I cannot tell you because I don't see any trade here, to be honest with you. I don't see it. I just don't see it. But if you don't clear this again, you can expect lower. You've been rejecting this. It was almost 4 times. Here, tried the first. It was the first try to break the resistance, and you failed. You failed the second retest of the resistance support. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to drop. Might be wrong here. Probably I'm wrong, but I do think it's going to drop. I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to break this resistance here. I don't know the project. That's why, because I'm a fundamentals guy also. When I chart, usually I know the token. And if I don't know, it's hard for me to say, look, chart looks like this, but they are doing this and that, and it might help it. And right now, just looking at this, I can tell you. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. Okay, guys. Another token that's been pumping hard, and I almost forgot to mention. It's CRV. Okay. CRV. This is what I call a front run, a hell of a front run. So, no. We have a better front run that I'm going to show you. After that, I'm going to show you that one. When you see the front run we had from last week, you'll feel my pain. So, for CRV, I think we might have a long opportunity here. And I was forgetting to mention that. So, and I charted Akash, AKPT or some AKT or something like that. So I might be wrong, it's not Akash, but I did. So, and like I was saying, we might have opportunity to long here. Small one, but I think we do. I think it's too stretch here and it's going to drop. So I would look for longs around this level here. 221.29 and this support here. So between 229 and 21.29, sorry, and 26.6. I think there will be a long opportunity here to trade. I do think that it's going to come back here. I don't think that these longs here are SAFU, so I think we are going lower. And I'll do something like this. Again, this is not an entry. The box is an entry. Set several limit orders below, and there will be okay. The stop loss needs to be below this cluster here. Just below this cluster that we have here. And it's a 4-hour close. Four-hour close. Because we are on the 4-hour chart. And we are going to target the high. Okay. It's a nice trade if you get it. CRV has been pumping lately. Convex has been pumping lately. They always pump together, usually. So pay attention to that. I've been saying this for a long time. Both Convex and CRV are showing accumulation signs here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some pumps here. Like big ones. Like big pumps on those two. Okay, now I'm not saying tomorrow or today. I'm saying that do not be surprised if we see some big pumps here. Now, which was the other one? It was, let me check. It was DOGE that you asked, right? DOGE. Let's check DOGE. I think I have DOGE. I traded DOGE this week. I did something with DOGE. So let's see how DOGE is doing right now. I think DOGE is asking for a short. Yeah. I think DOGE is looking for a short. This is what I will do. You see this week here, 71 for something. I would short it. This will be the beginning of our short area, and you can take it to this support. So 71 for free and 71. Let's say like this. I'm going to FED. Not worry, I'm going to FED. It's on the list. I would short Dodge here. This would be a short. And this would be my plan. Again, guys, this is on the 4-hour daily chart. 4-hour daily chart. And this is for the weekend. So it might take some time to play out, if it plays out. Okay. Where should I set our stop loss? I'm going to set the invalidation at this resistance here, because if we break it, then it's going to change the structure for our close. And we can target this week below here. It's a nice trade if you get it. This will be a very nice trade if you get it. Now, before going to fetch, just a quick thing, guys. I want you to go to the description, register yourself on Bitfinex, because I'm doing a live trading show on Thursday on this channel, and we are getting something for you. So everyone that registers on Bitfinex, besides getting VIP free, besides getting deposit bonus, might get something cool on next Thursday on my next show. So you know where to go. Register yourself. The link is here. As you can see, register yourself. 40% discount on trading fees, bonus, and VIP free. And believe me, you're going to save a lot of money. A lot of money in fees. Register there, because next Thursday I'll be here live trading again, and I hope with some good offers from Bitfinex. I'm not talking about ICP. This was Doge. So now I have FED. Now I need to check FED. Let's check FED. And I like FED on the Bitfinex chart, but I want futures. Let's check FED. I would say that this chart is pointing lower. Yeah, this chart is definitely pointing lower. This is just a bounce. This is just a small bounce. This chart is pointing lower. Yeah, definitely pointing lower. So I don't see a setup here. You might have a short opportunity around these levels here, if it gets here, to be honest, but I don't see a setup here. Okay, what I can tell is that I look at this chart, I go to the 4-hour level, and I said, nah, I do think this is going to drop. Now, it's not. If you do this, you can understand what I'm saying. You pull a Fibonacci, and you see now it's not retesting it dropped, found support. Now it's going to test the previous support as resistance, and then it's going to drop lower, in my opinion. That's what I see here. That's what I see here. At least that's what I see here. So, sorry, but that's the reading I have of this chart. Now let's go to ICP. ICP, I think I have here. And let's see. Wasn't someone asking for DOT also? I forgot to put on my list. Let me check here. I think someone is asking for DOT. It just checks because I don't want to miss anyone. Yeah, Polkadot is here. Yeah, I'm looking for it now. I'm a Dino coin guy, but I'm not that Dino coin to have DOT, but yeah, I'll check DOT also. Don't worry. Just going to take a quick look here at ICP. ICP is such a cool project, like a really good project. I don't know why they don't get more traction, because they are really a cool project, a very good project. So if you're asking me Fed short term, long or short, I'll say short the major resistances, like I told you. Now moving to ICP. And I don't have good news on this one, unless you want to short. Let me just drink my coffee, because without coffee I don't work. I'm sorry, but I don't have very good news if you're on ICP. Look at this. But it's a very cool project. I really like ICP. But somehow they cannot get traction. I don't see nothing here. I can't see anything here on ICP. I don't see nothing here. I cannot tell you nothing here. Protecting capital should be the first priority in trading, of course. If not, the ghost will haunt you. Okay. I think it's dropping. I think this is going to drop. We might see a short rebound, but yeah, I think we'll see a drop here, $2 again. That's what I'm not going to short. I'm not going to trade it, because I don't see a clear setup here. I don't see a clear setup here, but I don't think. But I think this is going to drop. Okay. When I look at this chart, even if I start with the weekly is bearish, daily is bearish, and the 4-hour, it's kind of bearish. So yeah, I was here in 2021 when ICP was launched on Coinbase at $700 a coin. $700 a coin. It was $700 a coin. So I think you can see that chart here. It was 21, I think. So let me check if I can find that chart so I can show you. Look here. See? Okay, it was not 700, it was 640. And it was on 2021, right? Yeah, May 2021. The first top of the year before the major alt season in November. 640. And then I call this the Nagasaki chart. Look, boof, all the way down. It was just such a crazy drop. But it's a very good project, so yeah, I think it's going to keep dropping. Next one. Render. Can I get a DGen? Can someone ask for a DGen trade? I don't have render here. You should go full DGen. Let's check render. It's kind of ICP, honestly. It's kind of like ICP. Yeah, the pit of mortar, exactly. I don't know what to tell you about render, honestly. It might bounce. Usually it has bounced here, but the weekly is kind of support. It's on support, but when I go to lower time frames, I get chills. I don't know. If it doesn't bounce here, it drops hard. Like probably going to fill this week. And I will not. And the week of the 10th of October, it's not Safu also. Most of the coins have filled this week. Okay. Most of the coins have filled this week. So I would pay attention to this. This chart is not looking good at all. If this low survives here, you might have a chance, but you need to hope that this low survives. If not, so more. Let me know more. Let me know more. Give me more charts, or I can leave. You can see the confusion that is here because I do so many analyses. Let's check how Bitcoin is. Maybe we can get a scalp on Bitcoin. Shall we do live trading? Who wants to trade? Like, who wants to be a DGen? And start doing live trade on a weekend with zero volume. Let me see the fit. Look at this. Eh? It sounds good to scalp, right? AVAX. Let me just check here and then I'll look at AVAX. You want to check AVAX? I'll write it here so I don't forget. Don't worry. Okay, now I would like to scalp here, but I don't think we can scalp here. There's nothing. Look at how dead the market is right now. I would love to do live trading. In case you're not aware, when I'm doing live trading, and you can see my heart rate. I have a few cool animations like the ghost, and that's to be entertaining and fun, etc. But I cannot do it here, guys. I wanted to, and I know I can do it because I have time, but there's nothing I can do here, honestly. I cannot do. There's no volatility. It's like, yeah, no scalps today, no animations, no setup loading, nothing. I have some cool things. At least I think they are cool. But I don't see anything here. You can try to long it here, but I just don't see it for scalps. Yeah, no scalps today. Maybe tomorrow. Guys, again, remember, subscribe to my channel here. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. I said, when I get 1,000 subscribers, I'll do a 4-hour live trading show. 4-hour live trading show. So just, I'm waiting 1,000 subscribers and I'll do a 4-hour live trading show. Hype scalp. Let's see. Let me leave it here so I don't forget. Now the next one that they asked was DOT. Someone asked about DOT. But IP is, I'll check IP. I'm just following the list. So let me just check DOT. I need to go to the old session of my. I know DOT was near ICP. Where the hell I have DOT? It's here. Let's check DOT. It filled the week of the 10th of October and went beyond. Let me check DOT. It's not looking that bad. We might get a long here on a high time frame. Yeah, everything is choppy right now. Let me check here. I think DOT is going to drop here. With this support here, not that low like this, between 7873 and 7780, and this might be a long opportunity. Let's see. We set our invalidation below the low here, 4 hour close, so you can, you know the drill. I want a tight stop loss here because I don't trust DOT. So it will be 7762, 776, more or less 4 hour close below. You can see it's a very tight invalidation here. It's a really tight one, okay? Really tight one. And we will try to target this high, but this is me being super positive. Probably this will go here and will come lower. But let's say we have our, I always forget this, but you know, this is my final boss, like I like to say. If you go here, this is like if you are playing a game and you reach all the levels and you are fighting the final boss. Every resistance above our long entry is a TP target. Okay, so here will be 80, in this case 86. Then it will be, I don't know, 82.44, 84.22, and then the final boss. Okay, that's how I trade, and that's, I don't mark it because those don't follow me already know, because I in this case I forget to explain today, but every resistance above our long entry, it's TP for our longs. Now let's check hype. Right, it was hype next on the list. Maybe we have a scalp on hype, right? Who knows? And you might be right, but I think we lost our entry here. Shit. Maybe we lost our entry here. Let's wait for a retest. Now it's going higher. It's moving. It's very good call. Who was it? 𝗙𝗘𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 54.36 more or less, it's here. And 54.26, I'm going to set an alert here. And then we wait to enter under retest, okay? What we are seeing is that we are going to sweep this cluster here, and on retest we can enter. So, but this was a very good one. Bitcoin is also not, Bitcoin is the only one that's not moving. Let me check Ethereum. Not moving. XRP, not moving. SUI is pumping. Maybe I have something on SUI. SUI is pumping. We might have something here. Shall we switch to live trading? I need to set a few things here, but if you want, we can switch. Let me know on the chat. See how this says. We might see something with SUI here, if it can hold the support. You don't want to SUI to break 45 or 46. If it does, it's going to Shiba levels. But if it holds this support, this might be a major entry. Like a very cool entry. I need to check it here. I don't hold any SUI. I was a SUI holder. I sold when they froze the wallet of the hacker because I didn't like. If you want decentralization, then it's for the good and for the bad. Not like we decide to hack and we are going to hack. It's like the government told us to froze your coins and we are going to froze it. It's kind of like that. So I sold on my SUI. But I might say that this might be a good opportunity here. This might be not to trade. Yeah, I don't see any trade here, to be honest. It could go both ways. It can go both long or short. You can do the two analysis here. But for the long term, might not be a bad play. It might not be a bad play, honestly. You could do both here. You could short. You could wait for SUI to come above here to this resistance here. Then short it. But yeah. Sometimes I do this. Sometimes it goes well. Sometimes it goes wrong. But shall we go full degen mode? Shall we try a full degen mode? If you cannot take a stop loss, don't do this. Sometimes I'm right about this. Other times I'm wrong. And to be honest, I don't have the data to tell you how many times I've been right or wrong. But we can try to do one thing here. I just need to see if the RR is here. I don't think there might be. We did it with Apple. And it kind of worked out. But let's say that we wanted to short. Basically what it is right now. But let's say we are going to short. I'm not going to take this trade. I'm just checking the RRR. Our invalidation for this would be 69, around above 69. I saw it here. Yeah. Above this. I'm not taking this, okay? I'm just seeing if I can do one thing here. But here, 70. And this would be... I don't think there's an RR here, but let's see. Yeah, there's no RR here. Nope. The idea was to short it to our long entry. The idea was to short it to a long entry, but it doesn't take... The RR here is not here. There's no risk reward here. We got our alert for hype. Sorry guys, let me just check. Yep. We did it. 5 minutes. I'm going to long hype. Okay. Coming this long. I'm going to long hype. I'm in 54.59. Let's say like this. I'm long on hype. Our stop loss will be a 5-minute close because we are scalping. 5-minute close below 54, sorry. 54.294. And our targets will be... This is a scalp, okay? Let's not go too crazy. Can be this resistance here, but I'm long on hype right now. to AERO, VVV, 𝗕𝗏𝗏. Do you have more? Let me know if you have more. That's a big list. Let me just do one thing here so we can see this better. Short. This. Okay, so now you can see it. This is a scalp. But the entry is 64 something, 588. The invalidation is a 5-minute close below 54.3, and our final boss will be the 5.5. And again, our intermediated TP will be around 54. I hope it's not this one, but let's say 54.96. Okay. Remember, this is weekend. Okay, anything can happen. But I got my alert, so we went long. Where were we before this? Which one were we? We are on? No, not SUI, right? I don't remember which one we're seeing. Short on VVV. Maybe, yeah. You were asking for AERO? Let me see. You had so many lists. I need more coins. Wealth abundance. That's not enough coins for me to chart. AERO, VVV, 𝗕𝗏𝗏. WIF. Is WIF still a thing? Is WIF still a thing? I didn't know that WIF was alive. I didn't know that WIF was still a thing. I would like to see if these scalps work out. We need some music. Can I put some music here? This is the music when I'm trading. It's called Still Broke. You guys want me to check AERO and VVV? I will. Give me just a second and I will. I just want to see how this goes. Because there's no movement on the market here. Like zero. It is now going to our entry. It was not there. Like when we charted was this candle. Now it's going to our entry. So which one should we go? Which one looks dead? All of them look dead today. The market looks dead today. You want to see AERO? I have AERO here. It doesn't look bad, AERO. Yeah, just to get things. I'm going to let me change this. I think it's this here. If you want to trade, we are going to trade. Let's see if it's going to see. You should be seeing now. You can see my heartbeat on the top right of your corner. We are trading, we are trading, we are full on trading, right? That's what it is. I already did ADA. Montana trades. Go check the I did ADA already. So I already did it. So what do we do here? Let's see what can we do here. like a stair. This looks like stairs here. Tomorrow I'll be doing the next. Tomorrow I'll be prepping the next week. Then I'll go for a lot of high time frame charts. Then I'll do. Tomorrow it's Sunday morning. I'll chart the weekly chart, and then I'll go to. How can I say this? Weekly chart looking for entries on the daily. We haven't. I think AERO might give us. This is a scalp, okay? Not. I think AERO might come for this cluster here. 43, 57, 30, and then give us an entry. So again, now this is a scalp. We are no longer on a higher time frame chart. This is the 15 minute, and we are going to place our entry on the 5 minute chart. So, like I was saying, we have a cluster here that probably is going to be swept, and I'm looking for this. Okay, this cluster here between it's 58. 57, 58 to be swept here. Okay, we needed to wait, and yeah, I think this is enough. We need to this to be swept here, and then we need to wait for the reclaim so we can long it. With no reclaim, there's no long. Okay, no reclaim, no long. It's easy like that. No reclaim, there's no long here. So our entry will be here. 43.62. Small stop loss above this low here. Go for the 5 minute close. And you go for the high. You might go higher even, but so far this will be an awesome trade. Again, I'm going to right here sweep plus reclaim. Easy peasy. We wait for the sweep and then it goes. Now let's go for a high time frame analysis, or medium in this case. Let me just hide this. So this was a nice move from AERO, like a really cool move. There's a chance that this is going to go higher. I would not open a trade now, but it's not looking bad, kind of. Nothing looking that good on the weekly. I don't see a trade here on the high time frame chart. I just don't see it. But it's not looking that bad. It's not testing the previous resistance as support. Just pay attention that it failed here, so it might drop again. But the sell pressure here seems different, because here, look at this wicks. And here, it might hold up. It's not looking that bad, to be honest. If it can hold this, I think it has a chance to go higher. If it can hold this support here, I will target the top of this week, 53 cents. What should break higher? AERO? You need to tell me when you are talking about the chart. I need to know which chart you're talking about. Which was the other one? VVV? Let me see. Yeah, it's I write it here. It was VVV. Check VVV. VVV. VVV will be a short. In my modest opinion. Will be a short. I will short VVV here. $11.90, $11.76. I will short here. Okay, it's not looking that good on the 4-hour chart. It's dropping. Let me check the weekly. Yeah, it's not looking good. So again, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but if I wanted to trade on a day trade, not the scalp of course, I would start layering on a short at 11.76 till 11.90, limit order shorting. That's what I will do. Then my invalidation will be above this high here. Here it's where we start to reverse, so the 4-hour close. And I'll target this week here. That's what I will do. That's what I will do on VVV. Is hype moving? It looks like it is. Slowly. But it's moving. Starting to move, so you can protect your position now if you want to. You can set to break even. This was a nice call. It was not my call checking to check hype. I don't remember your name. Don't take me wrong. I'm sorry for that, but let me see if I can find you on the chart because it was a cool one. It's set for us to look to hype. Who was it? 𝗙𝗘𝗧𝗏. Yeah. Hype. Oh, I got an alert for AERO. Did it went there already? Let me see. Can't be. Oh, that's no. I didn't get the alert. No. I did something wrong and I set the wrong alert. No, do not take this trade yet. IP is moving, so you are cool. Yeah, it's true. Credit where it's due. I cannot show your comment here, unfortunately, but credit where it's due. You told us to look at hype, so not my call. I was not paying attention. I will not take credit for something that I didn't do. I did my analysis, and it was a good call. It's the only thing moving today. It was a good scalp, and it's a good scalp for Saturday morning. Sorry. We could look for more, but it's Saturday morning. It's not moving. This was IP is good, doing a good scalp. So tomorrow I'll be on my channel 𝗕𝗘𝗧𝗨𝗏 to prepare the week. Live subscribe so that when I get 1,000 subscribers, I will do a 4-hour live trading session or a 5-hour live trading session without time limits. Let's say like this. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button.